Welcome back, everyone. You need to stop whatever you are doing right now. Take a deep breath because a chilling new update has just dropped.
In the Lynette Hooker case, rewriting the entire investigation.
Now, we all know this mystery, right?
For months, we have heard the same narrative about Lynette vanishing from that luxury yacht while her husband,
Brian, claimed she simply slipped off an 8-foot dinghy into the dark, rough water. But whatever the public was told back then, and whatever story Brian gave, to the detectives, this stunning new evidence completely shatters it. Right now, U.S. Coast Guard divers and search teams have plunged into a highly restricted, specific sector of the Bahamas. And exactly what they are looking for down there is going to shake you to your core. The U.S. Coast Guard did not just guess this location. They tracked down secret GPS data showing Brian was nowhere near where he claimed to be. But here is the most unsettling detail of this entire mystery. Detectives discovered that the main navigation radar on their luxury yacht, the Soulmate, was manually switched off during the exact time frame Lynette vanished. Someone deliberately killed the vessel's digital signal in the pitch black of night. And nobody can explain why. All suspicion is shifting directly onto Brian now, and the walls are rapidly closing in. Stick with me to the very end. And do not look away for even a second, because missing one detail changes everything. You will miss how this dark puzzle unravels. Seriously, hit that like button right now and subscribe to the channel so you never miss another breaking update. Now, let us examine the hard evidence. The U.S. Coast Guard and professional dive teams are searching those waters right now, scouring the silent depths of the Bahamas because those hidden tracking coordinates exposed a massive lie. Once investigators analyzed the navigation records, they realized the location did not match Brian's claims. The data proves he was miles away from where he said he was when she drowned. This glaring contradiction raised such an immediate red flag that federal agents swiftly cleared a special search operation with the local Bahamian government. They are focusing on an isolated, specific pocket of the ocean, hoping to recover any evidence of Lynette before ocean currents sweep it away. Why would a devastated husband give investigators the wrong location while his wife was lost at sea? It makes no sense at all, leaving everyone to wonder what else he might be hiding. This entire federal investigation is heating up behind closed doors, and authorities are moving aggressively. They tracked down the massive luxury yacht, the Soulmate, and officially seized the vessel. I was just looking at the boat, and it is covered in yellow crime scene tape, completely impounded by the Coast Guard. They just moved the entire vessel from Fort Pierce down to a high-security facility in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, to begin a meticulous forensic sweep. Just think about it. Why would federal agents impound a massive luxury yacht if a woman simply fell off a tiny dinghy? Simple. Investigators do not believe this tragic accident story for a single second. They are treating that massive yacht as a primary crime scene.
and they believe the real answers are locked away inside.
Forensic teams are scrubbing every inch of the cabins, hunting for blood. Any sign of a struggle, or trace DNA that Brian failed to clean up. They want to know the truth. Before the tracking radar went completely silent, the mystery deepens when you examine exactly how Brian reacted the moment authorities let him go.
He was held in a cramped interrogation room in the Bahamas for 5 straight days.
As investigators relentlessly pressed him for answers, they grilled him until the absolute last legal second, desperately trying to crack his story. But without a body, the detectives ultimately had to let him go. Now, Brian initially promised everyone he would stay in the Bahamas, relentlessly searching for his missing wife. But what did he actually do? The instant he walked out of that police station, he slipped back to the United States and vanished from the public eye. He did not stay to assist search teams. He never got in the water to look for her. Instead,
He packed his bags and fled the islands.
His expensive defense lawyers keep issuing statements claiming he is innocent and deeply misses his wife.
Yet, his actual behavior tells a completely different story.
If your beloved wife accidentally drowned in the ocean,
Would you really abandon the search and hide away?
It looks highly suspicious, which is why Lynette's own daughter and close friends are speaking out, calling his story absolute nonsense.
They have revealed the couple had a highly volatile relationship,
Marked by intense, screaming fights breaking out.
whenever they drank on that yacht.
Federal agents are now officially calling this a homicide investigation. They are working with elite prosecutors who specialize in murder cases where a body is never found.
These legal minds know how guilty suspects
Try to use the vast ocean to cover up their crimes. Statistically, over half of these mysterious disappearances involve domestic partners.
And deep water is the #1 place killers choose to dump evidence.
believing the ocean will wash away their dark secrets forever. But can prosecutors really lock Brian up for life?
Without a single piece of physical evidence. Building a murder trial without a body is a massive challenge for investigators.
But the federal government is building a circumstantial trap that might crush Brian's defense team.
In these high-stakes legal battles,
Investigators do not need a physical body to prove a crime took place.
instead, they search for what courts call evidence inconsistent with innocence.
we are talking about actions a normal, grieving person simply would not take.
Federal agents are carefully tracking every single move Brian made during that critical window.
And every new piece of digital evidence they uncover seems to tear a massive hole right through his alibi.
If he was completely innocent, why did his yacht navigation systems go dark?
If this was just a tragic accident, why did he flee from the island search teams?
Federal prosecutors are already preparing to weaponize his own words against him in an American court.
Even though his interrogation took place in the Bahamas, United States federal authorities have full extraterritorial jurisdiction here because both Brian and Lynette are American citizens. Which means the FBI and federal prosecutors can grab every single statement. He fed to local island police to completely expose his lies to an American jury. Investigators are closely dissecting how he described that small 8-foot dinghy. 2 full-grown adults squeezed into a tiny plastic boat are incredibly unstable. Yet that dinghy never actually capsized.
If Lynette really fell overboard in rough waters,
Why did Brian not immediately dive in to save her? He claims to be an expert swimmer, yet he stood by and did nothing.
Agents are also tracking whether he hid away extra wealth or secured access
to quick cash that would let him permanently flee the country. If the walls start closing in, he definitely has the means to run. But what is the final devastating piece of evidence that could lock him up forever?
The final trap is quickly closing on Brian because the Coast Guard
is using advanced maritime forensics to blow this entire case wide open. Tech experts are currently pulling apart the onboard computer systems of the yacht Soulmate. They are no longer just looking for physical DNA.
They are hunting for digital footprints.
They are analyzing if a sudden power outage naturally caused the navigation systems to go dark that night,
Or if someone deliberately ripped out the wiring to go completely off the grid.
if data proves Brian intentionally disabled that radar to hide his coordinates.
prosecutors will instantly have the smoking gun needed to secure an arrest warrant.
His absolute silence in the mainstream media suggests
He knows federal agents are closing in on him.
He is staying dead silent, hoping the ocean swallowed his dark secret forever.
But the digital forensic evidence is screaming his guilt.
a federal indictment is being drafted right now, making an arrest highly imminent.
What do you think actually happened out in those dark waters?
Share your theories in the comment section below, and let us see if justice is finally served.